good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may well be watching from, and welcome to Friday's live stroll with Azra. Friday, and that's what we like to call it. We are 8 to 10 hours away from the start of the weekend. And whereas Monday is my least favourite day of the week, Friday is my favourite day of the working week. Weather report this morning is currently about 15 degrees, so quite a lot cooler actually than we have had. But to be honest with you, very welcome. We actually had a bit of rain last night. Azra, come on. Which was, whether it was forecast or not, I'm not sure, but it did come down quite heavily for a bit actually. So, you know, nowhere near enough to take us out of drought conditions or anything like that. Go on, Azra, lead on. Go on, lead on. But anyway, certainly a welcome relief. Hopefully some of that rain got to these sort of wildfires that have flared up even in the UK, to sort of help the firefighters. And the wind has died down a lot today as well actually, which was not helping them with the fanning of flames. So yes, so today is going to be the last live morning stroll YouTube channel as well. Go on, Azra, lead on. So everybody knows there will be some lives from where we are. But the morning strolls will not be back until September. And as I say, I'll put a post out, because there are some regular viewers that do sort of tune in and watch and enjoy. I just didn't want people to think I disappeared off the face of the earth. That's not what this is about. It's about 3 weeks of August, and I just can't guarantee where, so I'm not going to commit myself to doing the morning strolls until we're fully back in September. So there we go, that is that. Hope everybody's well. Have anyone got any plans for the weekend? More and more people I'm hearing as I walk past have got these air conditioning units, and they are a godsend. For one for our room, and by goodness does it get. So much so sometimes you have to wake up and you're absolutely frozen, you have to turn it off. But it's a godsend when it's like it is. But as I say, temperature is a lot cooler this morning, so I think people are going to wake up with a bit of a rude awakening, some of them, depending on what units they've got, because some of them just don't have the power to really do the job. Depending on the size your room is, you need at least a 10,000, if not more. Anything less than that, if the room is of average size, it ain't going to do the job. Anyway, if you're regular with me, you'll know that we're heading over towards the fields. We're doing exactly the same stroll this morning. The September 1st vlog it may well be a railway club edition. Just starts off with a nice bang, where we get the train from one station, go to another, and then continue our light stroll back. So that's something that maybe we will do. Maybe we'll do a couple of stations sort of further away from home, and then a bit of a longer walk back, but we'll see about that. We'll see about heat and stuff like that nearer the time. Hi to everyone joining up now. Good morning, welcome. Do make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave a comment where you're watching from, what your plans are for the weekend. I was just about to go on to that before I started off on another tangent. But basically tomorrow, normal routine, take your mother for a hair appointment, nip to Tesco's, get a couple of bits. And then we've got to do the horrible thing of sorting out our late cat's room, get her bed all sorted out, have her tidy up in there, have her move around. Horrible things you have to do when you've had a bereavement in the family. And then we're going to see the new Spider-Man film tomorrow night. I cannot wait for that. I'm really excited. They built it up and built it up. Hopefully it's not a letdown. The last one wasn't, was it? And I think that's the thing. If you go into it thinking it's going to be on a massive scale, like the last one was, I think we're all going to be disappointed. They've even sort of tried to control people's expectations of that film. I think I find, from what I'm hearing of some of the interviews, they've even said if you're thinking it's going to be on a big, massive scale like the last one, it isn't. But let's give it the benefit of the doubt. It's very rarely a bad Marvel film. You get better ones, but it's very rarely a bad one. So let's wait and see on that. And then Sunday, again, not a lot really. My brother does go home to his international abode with my niece, his daughter. And so I think I'll probably be taking, well, I will be taking him to the airport. Whether mother decides to come as well, she might. And I will not fall foul of not paying. We've actually got it on auto collect, so basically they just take the money from the account, so, or straight from the debit card, should I say. £10 now, guys, to drop off at Stansted for essentially what can take you 5 to 10 minutes tops. 10 minutes. Absolute disgrace of a charge. And there's no justification for it. They would say about maintaining sort of the car park and all the facilities and what have you. I get all that, but yeah, I think it's appalling, quite frankly. Anyway, we do have another dog in the field which I don't recognise. Haven't seen it before, and Azra is very distracted by it already. So it might be a case that we have to slow our pace down. She's going to the loo now anyway, guys. Just going to show you, we've got almost a full moon over there. Not really coming out on the camera that well, but we have. Right, onwards. I just hope this guy in front isn't doing the same route as us. Morning to Clovis. Goat, how are you doing? No, it looks like he's cutting across the field, that's good. Because we go to the left-hand corner. If you've been with me before, you will know that. As I say, just a reminder, guys, this is the last live until beginning of September in the mornings. Time for my holidays, go away for about 2 to 3 weeks of August, so that's why we're putting a break on it. There will be travel vlogs coming out, there will be some lives from where we're going, all that sort of stuff. I can't actually see where his dog's gone. I almost think it went the other way, around the bush. So hopefully I'm not going to be greeted with it. We've had that before, haven't we, Azra? We'll get greeted by our dog the other side. Could do without that this morning. Every morning at the minute, and I know I don't have a private walk, I'm not naive enough, but every live we do at the minute, there's something. What happened to the coming out early, you never see anyone? Yeah. I think people do bring their animals out, or dogs out, cooler, earlier, for the cooler conditions, which is entirely right. There was twice on Wednesday, which was the hottest day in the UK this week. I was coming home from work and I saw 2 people walking their dogs when it was 33 degrees outside. 33! I mean, it's absolutely appalling, and those owners deserve to have those dogs taken away. Simple as that. That is too hot, the pavements are too hot. Just appalling. So this dog is right here. I fear we're going to, at some stage, have a crossover. Because I think he's going to go that way. I think I'm going to go my normal way. And there is a possibility we will meet. And he's going at a fair lick as well, so... we shall see. But I fear it already. Probably at the junction, the other end of the woods, I reckon. Very quiet morning this morning again. It's a shame for a Friday, to be fair. Normally Fridays are relatively busy, and it did go through phases at the beginning where it was a lot busier than it is now. As I've always said, that's fine with me. We're out anyway, so if you guys want to come along with us, you are more than welcome. Go on, Azra, lead on. There's a couple more. Join up. Good morning, welcome. Feel free to let us know where you're watching from. Oh, I haven't seen this week as well is my crazy lady. She hasn't been out and about this week. Well, not that I've seen anyway. Maybe she's doing a different route. Long may that continue. I have upped my pace as well, which is not helping my leg, guys. But I'm hoping I can get ahead. I can see him. Well, we definitely got ahead of our fellow dog walker, which is very, very handy. Again, if you've been with me before, you'll know how Azra is when there's dogs in close vicinity. Hi to Brittany, how you doing this morning? Welcome. Thanks for chipping in. As I said before, let us know where people are watching us from the UK or further afield. The statistics clearly show UK obviously is the main viewer, followed closely by the Americas. Come on. And then sort of Europe, Asia, that sort of stuff. So we do have an international audience for sure. Just to reiterate, as I've said already, for any newbies, this is a final live until beginning of September. Come on, Azra, good girl. Until September. Today, due to us going on holiday, there will be travel vlogs, there will be vlogs, and there will be lives coming out, and they're also every day there'll be still the short content coming out, so the channel will still remain active daily, just we won't be doing the lives Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday like we normally do. That will resume at this time as of September the 1st, and I believe that is a bank holiday in the UK, I believe. Come on. I hope I'm not wrong on that. I hope I have worked that out properly. Anyway, we're making our turn to cut across the field. Not going to be much of a sunrise this morning. There's a bit too much cloud about, which is a shame. Mate obviously did go through the wooded area, which is what I sort of thought would happen. Azra, I've never seen him before, so I couldn't tell you his route. The other lady I see every morning, I can pretty much guarantee where she's going, although I haven't seen her the last couple of mornings actually, so it's quite surreal actually sometimes, and I could more or less guarantee I would see her every morning. Maybe she's coming out later because we've had a bit of shenanigans this week. Monday, if you were with me, there were a couple of young girls that were pretty intoxicated, making a bit of a racket and a spectacle, and it wasn't very nice. I'm a bit younger, I've got a bit more of a toleration level, but I did ask if they were all right. And then Wednesday, something else happened Wednesday, I can't even remember. So the last couple of lives we've done, but I've not had any problems Tuesday and Thursday, I hasten to add, guys, so it's not like it's an everyday thing, which is important, because if it became an everyday thing I would just change my stroll, because I just cannot be bothered with the grief of having to deal with it every day. This walk is lovely, it's a nice country walk whilst we've got the light. Let's say August 1st, tomorrow, clocks will be changing at the end of October, and then it will be dark again, and then we'll have the dark strolls. Sounds like a ride from a theme park, doesn't it? The dark stroll. Anyway, you all, Bunny Azra, you were all with me. We were all in it together from October last year throughout the winter, and obviously into this year as well. Just to give you an idea, Azra, wait. If you can see that dark patch there, it's obviously I'm a bit higher than the camera, but basically this is where it was all set on fire, and it was deliberate, they've said. It goes all the way across the field to the other side. Thankfully, it never got out of control. But I don't know what possesses people. I really don't. Anyway, we are approaching the busiest road of our stroll. It may not be too bad at this time of morning. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it isn't. A Friday's a funny old day because a lot of people actually work from home on a Friday post-COVID, and as such, the roads are a lot quieter on a Friday. I used to tell that when I used to have to do a lot further driving than I do now, and you could tell just by nature it was quieter. But it seemed relatively busy for a moment there. Let's wait and see. Nothing coming. Come on, Azra, let's go. Good girl. So again, to reiterate, last live stroll until September the 1st in the morning in its current scenario. There will be some lives from when we're on holiday. Don't know when they'll be, don't know times yet, so I can't really give you that information at the minute. There will be travel vlogs coming out. The shorts will still be coming out every day. So still loads with the channel to keep an eye on. But I know some people enjoy the lives in the morning. Some people do, some people don't. Some people enjoy the walk. Some people probably put me on mute. That's fine, but I just want people to know that I haven't disappeared off the face of the earth, and the channel will be active. It's just because we've got holidays in August, and I cannot commit to when we'll be doing lives at the minute. So that is your pre-heads up, and there is a community page on the channel as well, just going through everything as well. So we're approaching Azra's horsey friends. Again, if they're the other side of the field, she won't take much notice. Come on, Azra. Isn't it funny? I'm looking at my recording phone and it tells me 0, and then the other phone I'm looking at to make sure that we are working, it says we've got 11 people watching. If there actually is anybody, one person looks like they've come on and that's corrected itself actually, so yeah, no, I can see that. I was just about to say, if anyone is watching, just leave a quick comment, let us know it's still working. But I can see it is still working, so that is good. The horses were the other side of the field, guys, hence I didn't really stop to give it much oxygen today. probably bet if you're a regular, you will be pleased not to hear me grumbling about my leg. I haven't grumbled about it once this morning. I will just give a very quick update on that. It still hurts. And I think I've got this probably for another few weeks, to be fair. Managing it with pain relief and what have you. But hurts like hell. If you were with me Monday, this is where it came to a little bit of a climax with these two young girls. One ended up in a hedge just on my left here. It was a real sight. In fact, I put you all on mute because I was a bit embarrassed by what they might say, actually. Fortunately, I think they were too intoxicated to say much more. I'm all for having a good time, guys. Don't make it sound like I'm a misery. But when you look about 13, 14 and you're like that, I'm sorry. No way. James is 15. He likes to have a sip of beer or, when we're on holiday, stuff like that. But there's a significant difference between a sip. I mean, I very much doubt they'd have needed that much to have got them in that state, to be honest with you. Being the age they were, but it doesn't matter, does it really? Anyway, it makes me sound like I'm old and miserable. I'm not, I just care. So shoot me. All the bunnies over there, guys, there you go, they're all bolting. Hopefully that come out on the camera. This one is far more braver than the others, and it's causing me all sorts of aggravation with Azra. Thanks, Rabbit. Azra, come on. You're not going to get to it, are you? So don't worry about it. Come on, Azra. Poor old dog, on the last stroll we did, a bit further into the stroll, she was a bit poorly. Well, the good news is, guys, she's been absolutely fine since then. As you can see, she's full of beans of chasing rabbits and looking for a stick to throw around and what have you. I think it must have just been the heat and humidity, because Wednesday was particularly aggressive. Not so much the heat when we come out, but the humidity was quite significant even then. And she's not enjoying the heat. She looks for any shade she can find, whether it be under a table, under a bench in the garden, whatever. She's very strategic. You see her looking. She's not a stupid dog. You know, when you see these dogs, and that is no different at times, they do sit in the sun for a bit too long, and then they're panting, they get hot. You just think to yourself, why are you doing it? Why are you putting yourself through it? Whether it is just a fetish, a habit, who knows, but all I do know is they do it from time to time. But Azra, the majority of the time, she will find a cool place. She'll probably be far more pleased about this current climatic conditions we've got today, that's for sure. As I say, I don't know exactly what the temperature's supposed to get up to today, but currently it's 15. I do think it's supposed to be a lot cooler today, so early to mid-20s I would say, and that's fine. Can cope with that. So we're making our way now towards the Science Park walkway. And then that will be us heading toward home. And that'll be it for the first 7 months of the year. Unbelievable, isn't it? 1st of August tomorrow. Quite unreal. Come on, Azra. Come on, Azra. Let's go. I'm very aware that numbers, viewing numbers and stuff like that might be down due to my decision, but it is important to have a balance with the channel and everything else, and that is my balance when I get a time where I'm off. I was on holidays for sort of 2 or 3 weeks. It gives me a chance to sort of just rest the channel, reset it a little bit. Loads to talk about when we come back. So, yeah, I'm quite happy about that. Morning, Florida boy, how you doing? You're quite right, it is Friday. Are you late? Are you late this morning, or am I late? Because you're usually one of the first that's on the channel. I don't think I'm that much later. In fact, I'm probably a tad earlier. Hopefully, if you're still on, you saw the information about this is the last live until September for the early mornings. We will be doing some others when we're away with the dogs, but I don't know timings yet. So for now, I will just put something on the community page when I'm going to be on, and people can join me, or they don't. Anyway, we're making our way towards the Science Park walkway before we make the turn for home. This Friday's sort of been a bit of a gimmick that's caught on, actually, I think. I like it. Favourite day of the working week is Friday. As I say, in 8 to 10 hours, the weekend will have started. Relatively quiet one this weekend, actually, guys. Before we're away. Not an awful lot happening next week, actually, just some sort of downtime, and then the sort of going away stuff really starts. Pardon me. And then when we're back, I think we just sort of got a week to build up the content, get some information together, all that sort of stuff, before we then come back with a bangers of the 1st of September. So lots and lots to bear in mind. I need to clean my camera as well. It looks a bit steamy at the top, and it isn't due to humidity or anything like that. I did notice it when we first came out, but I didn't do anything about it. And then I forgot. It's only when I have another look. I just had a quick clean with my finger. It's probably made it worse. I'll have a look at that when we get home. Anyway, guys, we've got about another 2 or 3 minutes, I reckon, 5 minutes tops. So I hope you've enjoyed the live stroll this morning, those that are still on with me. As I say, the channel will be live-wise rested until the 1st of September as of today. I know I've said it a few times, but people coming and going all the time. Some are regular viewers. And travel vlogs come in, some lives from where we're going coming out. Shorts will still be coming out every day. So still loads of stuff coming out with the channel. It's not going to be rested. From that point of view, it's just the lives in the mornings that are rested for this month due to family and holiday commitments. Well, that is good news that no one's got ill because of it. They actually said yesterday, here in the UK, it's one of the highest places in Europe for deaths deaths because of heat over these last sort of month, 2 months. I don't know quite how those statistics are accumulated and what have you, but that's what came out with yesterday. And I think that's, sort of a, for want of a better phrase, supposedly one of the richest countries in the world. Yeah, it's a bit worrying, isn't it, actually, I think. Well, I'm sure the figures are correct. They wouldn't be published if they weren't. But I do find that quite scary, actually. I think 3 things. Be sensible, sun cream, and drink a lot. I think if you can do those 3 things, I think you're doing everything you can to protect yourself. And when I say be sensible, I mean don't stand out in it, look for shade, wear a cap, that sort of stuff. The other 2 things are relatively self-explanatory, I think. But unfortunately, people, a lot of the time here in the UK, and at times I count myself as one, you sort of go, because we don't get the heat very often, when it does get hot, you sort of go out and you forget about it as such, and then you're walking in it, and then it might catch you out at the end of the day or whatever. I think that's what people are guilty of at times. But when I'm abroad, I take far more precautions to protect myself than I do here in the UK. Strange, isn't it? Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think in a minute we're going to wrap this one. I hope everyone has an amazing August. We will still be about with travel vlogs and some lives from location where we're going. We'll just not be live from our little village. Give you a little sunrise there. There we go. Just popping up. So guys, have a wonderful August, as I said. Join me again in September. There will be some lives coming out, as I said, in August from location where we're going. Don't know when, don't know times. So that will be on the community page. Watch out for that if you're interested. And we will reconvene in our little village in September. Thanks guys, and appreciate everyone and your support.